Hey guys, you guys, these Yellowstone spinoffs, they know what they're doing. So right now, 1883 has been out for a bit. 1923 just came out during the Christmas break, during the holiday break. And so with 1883, that one focuses more so on like the movement west. And so if you have watched Yellowstone, if you are part of the Yellowstone universe, you have seen um, them having flashbacks to James Dutton, which is who that follows in 1883. Tim McGraw plays James Dutton, and Margaret Dutton is played by Faith Hill. And we have seen those flashbacks within Yellowstone, and then they had the spin off show for 1883 where we see them actually making that movement, having their settlement, making the Yellowstone Ranch what it is, the creation of it all. And, you know, with both of these shows in particular, 1883, 1923, they are very much historical fiction, and I think that's why I've enjoyed them a lot. Like I love Yellowstone, love it for what it is, but that is very much present day. We live it, we've seen it. But I think it's also very interesting to see, hey, what was this family like? What were any of these ties going back? Like what was their situation, when this all started? How what were their trials and tribulations, what was kind of going on during those times. It's interesting to see what's kind of going on. And so with 1883, we see that movement west with James Dutton and his family moving from Tennessee, wanting to expand west, find a settlement out there with his family. There, the narrator is Elsa, his eldest child, his only daughter. And honestly, one of my favorite characters in there. We also have Sam Elliott's character, Brennan. He is, I would say, another favorite of mine. His story is very sad. We learn a lot about him, and the ending I think is done very well, and it, I would say, picks up where 1923 then takes you, because they explain, even if you haven't seen 1883, it explains if you've seen Yellowstone, like, this is what's happened, this is what's going on, this is where Harrison Ford's character comes into play, this is what's happening. And I think that is a good transition. It's a good, another, I'd say, time period, because with the, again, transition that we have, it follows the two sons of James Dutton from 1883 that we've seen. And we are able to see within Yellowstone again, how is this ranch going? What's happening now within this time frame? And it's, of course, the 20s. It is the Prohibition, Depression. It's a time where I think it is that time of change. A lot of things are happening, that jazz era. And also, technology is really coming into play. There was one episode where, they start talking about refrigerators and washing machines, and you don't really think about that until you see the episode. And so far, if I've had to say which one is more my favorite than the other, right now I enjoy 1923 just a tad more, because I'm not a huge fan of like learning about the Western movement. It's just, it's a time period I'm not a super duper big fan of. The 20s, I enjoy. It's something I've been more interested in. I also don't know if it has something to do with like you've got Harrison Ford, Helen Mirren, like you've got a star-studded cast. You just have people like, but I really do think it has something to do with the time period more so than everything else involved. Um, and what I've also enjoyed is normally with these shows, like with Yellowstone in 1883, they normally just take place, I'll just say within America, within Montana, wherever you want to call it, within the United States. And with the 1923, they actually talk about, and one of the kids, Spencer, he fought in World War One, and there he actually is like has a job after that working within Africa, helping people who are on expeditions, making sure that they're kind of safe when doing that. And I think that's pretty interesting. I hope they continue to elaborate as to why did he decide to kind of how did he get into that? That is one thing I'm curious about. Like, did he phone a friend? Someone know him? Has to be it. Normally how it is. But I'm hoping they expand on that just like a tad more. But both shows very good if you like the Yellowstone universe and you want to know more. I think if you wanted to just watch one, any of them, you definitely could. Like, if you were like, I'm really not feeling 1883, want to watch 1923, you can, and vice versa. Like, you're not. They are very much standalone shows, but they can also range into, hey, if you want to connect them all, you can connect them all. Like, um, at some point too later this year, they're going to come out with 6666 about the ranch. If again you've watched Yellowstone, there is a ranch that is down in Texas, and so that too will be a spinoff. I'm not going to go too in depth about that in here, but excited for that one. I will also be watching that because these creators, these people, they know they know what we want when we watch. Um, and there's definitely people in these shows you want to root for. You want to hope like everything continues to go well. You want certain people to just like go away. Bye. And we'll see. 1923 isn't done yet, so we'll see if the season continues to hold up. But right now, like, I've been enjoying them. They've been good. So, like, I very much recommend if you have the time, you want to watch them, watch them. Like, they're very good. And they're not, I feel like, your stereotypical, like, Western. They have their Western elements, but they make it fun. That is what I'll say. Because I feel like some people just, the idea of like, oh, like maybe cowboys or all that stuff, like they're just drawn off by it. No, no, no. Like this, they have that. Don't get me wrong, but like don't be swayed. Don't be swayed by that. Like still watch it. Still watch it. It's good. Give her a try. You'll be engrossed. They will have you. So like take it for what it is. Do it and have a good time with it. Just enjoy. Just watch. If you've watched either of these two yet, feel free to leave your thoughts down below, and I will talk to you later. Bye.